everybody, one of Wiisdom here. It is Sunday night, early Monday morning, 3:05 to be exact. Just released Mystery Case Files, The Black Veil, Episode 9. If you're looking for a change of pace, you kind of like the hidden object, mystery, puzzle, suspense type of games, be sure to check that out, see if it's not something up your alley. We'll be wrapping that one up. I think it's got like another 3 or so episodes after this one, minus bonus content. But what I want to do here... Earlier today, I released the 50-minute saga that was me complaining about the Magic Ninja, and ninjas in general. Not that I have anything against the attacks, I actually kind of like some of them. It's the fact that they can't have a chest or a torso, and that really, really limits your design choices. I feel the same way with swashbucklers not getting able to have legs. If it was an issue where you could select for a swashbuckler to be like Ninjini, or to be a mermaid, a fish out of water, or for a ninja to be like a little tiny head on legs type of a thing, I'd be fine with it. The fact, though, that there's so many cool ideas I had in my head that are forever crippled by the design limitations is a little off-putting. So much so that I really, really do not think I will make another ninja, period, just because I don't like what I could do aesthetically with them. That said, the concept behind this guy, I have a bunch of magic creation crystals is one of the reasons we went this way. Also, it kind of makes a little bit of sense, magic ninja, if you think about it, same way I do. But I wanted to make a jester, right? And so there is a jester hat, which I guess we could technically stick on this guy now. But the problem is I'm going to change this. It kind of works, like I said, but the weapons, since you're limited to shurikens, you kind of have like there's a couple we haven't unlocked that might be salvageable, but otherwise I'm thinking of having this thing throw donuts, and I might make a librarian, just to be cliche. But I was bent on making a jester, and when I was going through things in one of the many hours I was spending trying to figure out how to fix this, I found out that there was a jester smasher weapon. And so I thought, I could kind of see a jester being a smasher. And so I guess last night, or Saturday night, I think, I went ahead and I created what I think is a pretty freaking sweet magic element smasher, and it is going to be my jester. This guy, he might wind up staying like this. I might change it. I might constantly change it and have the magic ninja continue to evolve to whatever I feel like looking at that point in time, which will always be awkward because there's no chest. But there is a chest on my magic smasher, and you're about to meet him for the very first time, provided I select the right crystal, and I think I have, so here we go. In the words of Taylor Swift, are you ready for it?
Crazy horse! Hilarity!
This guy's awesome. I really like him. Alright, now the biggest issue here, the thing that clashes at this point in time, is twofold. Number one, that weapon is not color coordinated, and it doesn't really fit this character, right? We're going to change that. I've got to keep it for the research so we don't have anything over standard. The other thing is he's not sporting the hat, which he will be. But this is a guy sporting the full-on jester gear minus the hat. I've custom colored every single thing on him. I've tweaked it. He's sort of got like a hobgoblin vibe. The head, I might change, but I don't think I will. I'm going to wait until I see him with the hat on. But check this out. Is that not good? I kind of like it, man. So what we did, we kind of have like the quintessential supervillain vibe going on, which is like hobgoblin-esque, I guess, in this case. Or is it Green Goblin? One of them was purpley. Anyway, one of those glider riding pumpkin throwing goblins from Spider-Man. And honestly, the purple, I've always said this, I associate purple with magic, an aristocrat type of a design. And so being that he's a jester, the green is like a huge contrast to it, and it would be something like, this is who is supposed to entertain the king. If you play with this guy long enough, he's quite hilarious. some of the lines that he spits out. So this is what I wanted when I said I wanted to make a magic element ninja based off of a jester. This is kind of the vibe I was going for. Now, if he was a ninja, you know, I would have had him be a little thinner, not as buff, sort of more stealthy, if you will. But since he's a smasher, we kind of just amped him up a little bit. And the shoes are green. They just look weird because of the aura down there. So let me know what you think of this dude. And again, the head, I kind of like it. There's a couple of other options I think would be really good, but I'm waiting until I can equip the hat to pass final judgment. But what really matters right now is the smasher attacks. This is our first time getting to create a smasher and assess things, and I've got to say I'm pretty pleased with it. So not just this guy, but literally the smasher side. So we're going to get started with weapon powers. We've got Obliterator and Pulverizer. Obliterator, press X to smash things around you with your club. Now, that might seem minor, but I want you to look at Pulverizer. Press X to smash things in front of you with full force. Now, what's really misleading is full force, because my thoughts were, oh, okay, Obliterator is going to have like area damage, and this one's just going to be right in front of you, but it's going to be way more powerful. No. Let's go ahead and get started here with... Whoa. That was the Nintendo A. I've been playing a lot of Super Mario Odyssey. I hit Twitch affiliate status, and the main thing, though, really, I don't know if I can stream Nintendo games to YouTube or not. I've asked YouTube, I have asked Nintendo, I don't get answers, and the only way I know for sure I'd get an answer is if I streamed it and it's not allowed, I would probably suffer the consequences. So rather than risk that, I'm just streaming it on Twitch, and you know, hey, that worked out for us. So I spent the earlier part of the night highlighting like 7 to 8 hours worth of streaming. So I'm up to like part 22, I believe. So we'll have Mario Odyssey for days. But anyway, we're gonna check this one out, and I'm a pretty big fan, I must say. So we come in, and it's looking like this: 1, 2, 3. All right. So the way this one works out is you get 49 there. Keep in mind this is level 5 now. This one is tiered 3 individual levels. So you're going to see 49 to 74 on the first hit, 61 to 92 on the second hit, and the grand finale, 134. Critical of 134 would be 201. So 49 plus 61 plus 134 as your standard 1, 2, 3 entities. Now the thing is, it does have the area effect. So where I'm able to basically be right here at this guy and hit the second dummy, that's going to be the big thing. Similarly, if we're farther away, well, he actually dashes in pretty freaking good, doesn't he? The thing is, there is a ground pound, which I love. I call it a jump slam here in the spreadsheet. At level 5, we are doing 43 to 65, as you can see there. It does have a decent radius on it. But the main thing, you get tiered damage. You saw the 201 there. And it stacks up quite nicely. Now, here at this area, this seems like ridiculously awesome to me. However, when I was testing all of this stuff out in the battle arena as I would level up, there's times where you get caught up going your second or your third hit, and the enemies from the other sides of you kind of catch up and get cheap shots on you. So that is something to keep in mind. So let's go ahead and master this one so we don't just do like this full-on compare and contrast thing, right? We're going to upgrade it. Master Obliterator. Press X to powerfully smash, creating earthquakes that damage nearby enemies. Again, I push the Nintendo buttons. I do this all. This is why I talk about a universal controller, and I'm dead serious when I mention it, for these very reasons. So here we go. Let's see what we get over here. Oh, salty. Let's see how long that lasts. 4 seconds, I'm going to call it. But let's see what we get damage-wise. Is it going to be the same? It is. Oh, that thing is insane. Oh, that's ridiculous. So let's make sure we're still 61 and 134. I can't really see. I saw a 134. And I saw a 92, but that's a little overwhelming, which is actually a good thing. Oh, man. I'm going to try to get this as a singular hit. It's just so much easier to count. Okay, well, we need to be a little closer. Dadgum. I mean, this is a great problem to have. It's just not conducive for me counting this. Dang it. He just... Come on, buddy. Okay, well, yeah. It's a super powerful attack. I'll give it that. Man. So we know it's got a really good radius. It's able to just basically hit here and impact this guy. So... Dang it. It's what happens is he dashes in towards the guy. Dang, man, this is gonna be a problem. Oh, buddy. You know, if he didn't do that, do we get an earthquake off of the pound? No. So that, in my opinion, should register on that guy. It's just so hard to tell which 12s are bouncing off of which dummy, you know? It's a fantastic attack. It's just, I mean, what can you say? You know. So let me just copy and paste that, and then 4-second earthquake, 12 to 18. How many times? Who would know? We could go up top possibly for this. He's gonna slide in, and it's gonna hit both of them. It's way more than 8 is the problem, so I'm gonna call that a wash right now. I honestly don't know. So we're just gonna have to denote that in the spreadsheet because it's impossible to count. Ridiculously impossible.
Okay,
But it's a pretty good upgrade. That's the good news. Now we're going to check out Pulverizer. Press X to smash things in front of you with full force. Again, you're thinking, oh, okay, it's just going to be direct in front of you, but it'll do more damage, right? And we are already doing amazing damage at 49, 61, and 134. This is tiered 2 times. So your first hit and your second hit are the same. They do 31 to 47. And then your third hit has a little more pizzazz at 79 to 119. So it looks like this. It's almost like the way I envision this. He swings with the club, kind of, like a fist compilation. And then when you double tap, he does like a kick. And then your third hit is almost like a uppercut with the club. So, bottom line, this is what you get. 31 to 47, 31 to 47, 79 to 119. So he sometimes gets by, but you can see where with the other guy on Obliterator, we would be doing damage here and it would impact this guy. This is more a singular, but I do think it's a little bit quicker and he's a lot more nimble. If we were doing Obliterator right now, we would maintain that same trajectory, whereas here I can just turn between each individual, attack. The cool thing, you've got the same jump slam and it does 43 to 65. So let's go ahead and master this and see what we get. Press X to swing your club. Enemies launched create a shockwave upon landing. Okay. Can't really showcase that here, but we're still doing 31. You can see there's kind of the aura around that guy now, and so I'm thinking they'll go flying, and then when they land, we'll see something. So we will hold off judgment on that one as well. Now we're going to get into the interesting stuff, the secret techniques, if you will. So we come down here, and up first is War Cry Rage. Press Y to scare and weaken your enemies. Some of these I just don't know about. They're an interesting concept. They'll make for unique characters, but there's other things I think we could have done. So basically the way this is going to work, there's going to be 4 damage numbers. We're going to do 9 to 14 3 times. Then we're going to finish with like a little blast at 24 to 36. And then there's some sort of an effect on the enemy for 8 seconds. Now, in the arena, this translates the exact same way. And the enemies, even the big rats, get the aura around them. But they don't seem to be like, I wouldn't say weakened. It's just almost like they pulsate. Maybe they're more timid. I'm not really sure the exact science behind it, but this is what it looks like. And he usually has some pretty cool lines he starts throwing around with these secret techniques, so pay attention to that. But you get 1, 2, 3, and then 24, 36. And that's the thing, like right there you're thinking, okay, hey, you're going to do extra damage, right? No. It's just kind of an effect right now. So let's go ahead and master that one. 2,000 is the prize, I'm sorry. Mastered Warcry. Press Y to scare and weaken your enemies and damage them over time. So now it's going to get way better. The weaken... I don't know. You know what? Let's do this proper. Okay. So we're going to run in here real quick. This is going to make the video take longer than it should, but I feel like we need to differentiate between these. And since I can purchase things on the fly, we can kind of justify this. So, spoiler alert, next up will be a light night. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Let's get rum.
I might size the Jester down a little. I'm not sure.
Okay, great. Broccoli Guy is excited to call the action.
I love
here.
those two guys.
Excited
I keep
and a little bit
holding
hungry.
out for the Activision
So how about
Christmas
you start
announcement
fighting and I'll just
that
go
we're
order a
getting the
pizza.
Broccoli Guy and Chill Bill expansion that unlocks a battle mode. But anyway, this is what we want to do is the war cry.
The Skylander comes strong out of the gate.
So keep in mind we have the extra damage. Now I want this guy to hit me 29. Now I want this one to hit me 28. Did I see that right?
Oh, those bad guys
Okay.
are feeling it now,
Hit me?
Chill Bill.
What was that? I couldn't
They're
tell.
in the zone. Or if not, the zone.
Whoops, that was
Some
wrong.
zone,
That
and
was
it's still pretty
Nintendo.
good. I smite thee!
Okay, now this party just became.
I can't level up though is the problem. So let me come in here. So that's really the quandary here. I can't risk going to level 6 or all of this will be changed and we can't risk it. So it would be a complete waste of time. So Warcry Rage, we're going to master this sucker. But you saw it there. I mean, what it's doing exactly, I don't know. Maybe one was 29 and the other was 28. It's a minuscule thing. I'm almost thinking it's just more of like they carry the brown around them. So this one, though, damage them over time. I'm interested to see that. So let's see in a real-time situation. Granted, we one-shot those guys. Okay, that's pretty salty. Now that makes sense. Let's see what he hits me on. I can't tell. Let's get out of here. Wait, did we want to check while we're in here? That's the wrong button. Okay, let's try this and hopefully not level up. So,
I really don't know why more people don't put candy corn in their pants.
no, I cannot
Such
risk.
a no-brainer.
I am pretty sure I am the first person ever to say, the bigger they are, the harder
That's
they
not
fall.
working, is it?
It's good to be going better.
You mean for this?
Huh. Okay, well, we'll... I don't know. I'm not sure that Master Pulverizer was functioning there. Because I was pressing X and we weren't sending anyone flying, so... Strange. Anyway, I mean, you know what we do at level 5. And now we're going to come in here. It looks like we're doing, I'd say 17 and 26, but Imaginators get the damage boost in the arena. So, let's see what we get here. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. That makes this thing way... Good lord. Let me try and count this.
Feel my power!
22? Is that what it was?
Oh, what was he?
I'm thinking 22. And it's still 9. Was that 3 9s or more? Dang it, I think that...
Feel my power!
Okay, well, I'm gonna run with 22. So, 24 to 36, 8-second effect. 10 to 15, 22x. Damage overtime. So that's a little complicated, but that is a radical departure from what we had. We went from doing basically 27 plus 24 for 51 to doing 51 plus roughly 200 to 220. So yeah, and the thing is, you know, that it looked like it had the sheep pinned back and kind of just taking tick damage, if you will. So it might be something that would aid, you know, a slower mobile type character as well. But it's, like I said, I can't risk leveling up because then everything changes. We need level 5 to be our baseline. So once we've documented everything here, at that point in time, we could totally go in there and play around with it and just know, okay, it's going to be a higher number now. But Seismic Slam is up next. Press Y to create a Seismic Blast. This is a pretty cool one. You basically step down, and the way this works, you do 40 to 60 on a stomp. The stomp itself. And then there's kind of like that, what I call aftershocks or dust cloud, whatever you prefer to say. You could probably count them out here. But the best way I know to do it, if I stand back here, you see like a ton of 6s and a ton of 9s, right? So if I go point blank with this guy, you see 3 hits of 6, right? You see the 40, and then you see 666 in a 1, 2, 3 line. And then you see an additional 6, 6, and 9 sort of in a triangle. 9 being the critical hit. That time it was 3 6s. But I'm inclined, for simplicity's sake, to simply describe it as 40 to 60 on the stomp, 6 to 9, 3x on the aftershock, which, keep in mind, you could have basically up to 6. If, again, we do it here, that sure looks like we're getting more than 3 hits with the 6. If we can do it again. So like that was 3.
Seismic Stomp!
But like right there, I think maybe it jumped off to the second dummy, so I'm content with the 3. That's fine by me. So let's come in and master this one. I'm kind of interested in seeing what they do here. Press Y to create a massive Seismic Blast. Personally, I think they're going to give us more aftershock effects. I would like to see 40 to 60 increase. The 6 to 9 can stay the same. If 40 to 60 could become 60 to 90, I'd be a happy camper. So let's take a look at it. You know, maybe both of them happen. They both look way more intimidating. Let's stand over here.
Seismic Stomp!
Ooh. How many 12s are there? I'm seeing 3 on the top dummy. That was sort of a triangle formation.
Seismic Stomp!
Is it still 40? It is. Yeah, 40 to 60, but basically 12 to 18 now. So it's not, it looks way worse than it is. Like, it looks like it would just be devastating. And it's not too different than it was. So 40 to 60 on the stomp, and then 12 to 18 3x aftershock. Granted, you could word that dust cloud, aftershock, wake, whatever you want to call it. But to me, the 12 to 18, it looks like it's 3 times still point blank range. So that's what I'm going to run with it. Very well could be instances where, in the right scenario, we could do like 5 hits of damage to that dummy at 12 to 18. So the 6 to 9, it basically doubled, but being point blank range, still getting the 3. Yeah, it's not a huge gain, but I mean, it's worth the money if you've got it. So let's come in now. This is the weird one, okay? Berserker. Press Y to increase your power and speed. Keep in mind, I have this box stock at level 1, and I'm thinking, oh man, this is going to super complicate every single thing we do here. And the thing is, not really. And the reason for that is because it doesn't really do anything that I can find. So you press the button, and we basically get 8 seconds of insane speed, which is fantastic. I am 100% okay with that. The thing is, like, look at this. We're doing 31 here. My secondary attack is 22, and let's just enter this. Secondary attack first. And there we're doing that. So all I can really figure is that it lasts 8 seconds, you get a speed boost, and when they say power, all I really think it translates to is you have a better chance of doing critical hits. So pay attention here. I'm going to ground pound right between these guys. 2, 3 times, and we had no critical hits, okay? So now if I berserker it, 1 critical hit. Well, hey. I mean, you know, we got 1 instead of none, right? I think it showcases better with Obliterator, but right there, 31. We'll go through the whole cycle. So 31, 31, 79 now in Berserker. Critical, 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 critical. You know, so I mean, you can kind of see what I mean. I think you just have a better chance of having a critical hit. It's not like you do 31 here, you enter Berserker, and you're doing 50. It has 0 impact on the actual numbers themselves. I just think it's a critical hit multiplier type of a scenario.
Okay.
And I don't like those. You should know that by now. That said, this is why I think it's big to upgrade this one, because if they make something quantitative here, it'll totally change this. Now, granted, if you set your guy up and he's just a tank with super armor, and you're focusing on your, you know, Obliterator, Pulverizer, and some elemental attack, you could solely use this for the speed boost and it would still be worthwhile. But let's see what the upgrade is. Press Y to increase your power, speed, and defense. Wonderful. Stuff that's a pain to document. So, let's see how long we get it.
The journey continues.
Still about 8 seconds. So again, we're hitting at 31. Right there, it's a slight increase to your critical hit chance. And do we have that aura around us for the whole time? I think we will, yeah. So that probably cuts back on the damage that we take. So if the sheep creeps were hitting us at 29, maybe now they hit us at 25 or 19. The ratio, I'm not sure on. We might run in and investigate that. But 8-second power, speed. You know what? Speed is more important, and it's the main one. So speed, power, and armor boost. So yeah, that's sort of my synopsis on that one. It's a critical hit increase. Chance of, I should say. So this is Here Comes the Pain. It's pretty awesome. Press Y to charge and belly flop your foes. The cool thing is you can typically charge through multiple enemies. So case in point, we just wrecked Mags. Now if I come right here, we're dashing through 37 to 56, and the belly flop is doing 98. Critical on that would be 147. So let's come in and master it for 2K. Press Y to belly flop and create a giant sinkhole that sucks enemies in. That sounds pretty sweet. So here we go. Terrafin-esque, if you will. Granted, he would be Brawler, but that's our first belly flop Skylander. So it's about a 2-second sinkhole, but let's see what it does. Okay, we can't tell here. I guess it would pull the enemies in, type of a thing would be the best way to describe it. So we're still 37, right? Yeah. So same thing that we were. Let's add in. Creates 2-second vortex that pulls enemies in. So I would assume if it's going to deal damage like 3 to 5, 4 to 6, whatever it might be, that we would have seen it here, and that's a little discouraging. But at the same time, I guess if you can reel up all the enemies, maybe it would be beneficial to you. What I want to do now is showcase. We'll probably run in the arena, maybe go upstairs as well. I want to showcase the Soul Gem to you. It is Smash, Smash, Rinse, Repeat. I think this is in the Golden Arcade for Smashers, if I'm not mistaken. So press and hold right trigger to go on a crazy smash rampage. Now, I've never actually held it. I've just tapped it. That's what I'm going to do right here. Where we were at level 5, we're just going to be the same here because you can't master a Soul Gem. 15 to 23, I think 11 times. It could be more. It's one of those annoying count things. And it's 3:30 in the morning, and I have work in a few hours. But it's 15 to 23 a lot of times. I'm thinking 11. And then you do this final smash, 49 to 74. So let's check it out. Like I said, pretty crazy. Now, this time I'm going to hold right trigger. This is the first time I've ever done it. Oh my. You can extend it. I'd say that was like 3 times the length, right? Now, can you move when you do it? You can. Okay, well, a smasher is going to be someone that you can just totally abuse the Soul Gem if you're so inclined, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'll be the first to say. I think what we're going to do first, let me check the time here. We're at 31. I don't really want a huge video, but hey. So let's hop in here. And I'm hoping this can showcase our weapon powers a little bit better, right? So, any moment now. Come on. God, that was seeming slow. Does that seem slow to you? Here's a good look at our guy. I think it's pretty sweet. Look at, he just dwarfs Flynn. Maybe we will make him a little shorter, not quite as buff. But, you know, I was trying to trying to do something cool. So, let's come back up here to the weapon powers. So, we'll go with Pulverizer. Press X to swing your club. Enemies launched. Create a shockwave upon landing. So, let's see if we can even do that.
Time for more adventure!
No. So, do you have to 1, 2, 3 to get it? You do. I don't know if I can showcase that here. Because he's going to go out of the arena. So he got stunned by it, I guess. Yeah, did that do 92 to him? Oh, this is interesting. Okay, we need not dead people. Okay, 92. That's good. Okay, let's put that in the system. I'm excited that we got this quantified. All right. So jump slam 43 to 65. Third hit sends enemies up. Landing creates shockwave. 92, half of that's 46. That would be 138 on the critical. So 92 to 138 with a... How long do they get stunned? I'm probably going to kill one. Yep, prophecy fulfilled. Oh, it didn't reach. You got to be kidding me. All the cruel things. Well, that killed him. Okay, lovely. Here we go. I'd say a 2-second stun. So, basically, it's the exact same thing we had at level 5. But, when you hit them with your club, and they literally mean your club because it's the third hit. This is not the club, this is not the club, the third one is. That sends them up in the air. If they don't die when they land, they're going to send out a shockwave. They'll be stunned 2 seconds and take 92. Anything within the radius of the shockwave, 92 to 138 and a 2-second stun. So that's the way that one's going to work out. Good to know. That's kind of neat. I think it's a unique twist. Anyway. So now, Mastered Obliterator. Press X to powerfully smash, creating earthquakes that damage nearby enemies. The issue here is I needed a count, and we could not separate those two dummies downstairs. So I'm going to get a singular dummy here, and I want to just do this. Was it 16? $15? $17? I'm getting a different number every time. 18? Wow. Does it just keep getting better, or do we suck at counting? Well, that was a botch on my end. Now, the cool thing, and I have not mentioned this, but when you do your 1, 2, 3, you get an earthquake at each of the locations. That sort of takes care of this being a slower singular path. Like I said, if I wanted to change trajectory with this, you can't really do it well. Now with Pulverizer that we just showcased, you can change on the fly with that one. But let's try one more time. I think that was 17. I got like 14 that time. I think that was like 17 and he walked away. I'm going to put 18. Okay. If anyone wants to slow this down and count it out, feel free. I will give you credit for doing so. And I might do it during editing or after the fact. But right now I just want to finish this, edit, render, and go to bed while it renders up. So that's a pretty cool attack, I have to say. Both of those, honestly. So powers. Dun, 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 dun. Damage over time. Did we get that? We said 22. We'll test that here. I think it'll be worthwhile. Let's try this one first, though. So, I'm going to try not to destroy this guy. Okay. Let's come down here. The belly flop was 147. Okay, so it literally just pulls them in. And when I jump off the ledge, it takes them away. But, yeah, alright. I'm trying to get one over there. Yes, beautiful. Yeah, it pulls them all in. That's all it does. So, good to know. That's what Here Comes the Pain is going to turn into. Just pulls all the enemies in towards you. Fantastic to have confirmation. Mastered Berserker, I'm just going to do this to see if we can get anything from it. Oh, it does have a knockback. It does no damage. But if these guys could hit and do damage, I guess we'd take less. Main thing you can take away from that is it's a speed boost, right? So, Mastered Seismic Slam, let's try it out here.
Seismic Stomp!
Yeah, I'm only registering 3 on them. I feel really good about what we did. So I feel wonderful about Seismic Slam. Now, Warcry Rage. Let's see if we can figure this one out a little bit better. Press Y to scare and weaken your enemies over time and damage them. Okay, so that's what we want to showcase. That's nuts. Okay. So, come up on me. I got like 17, but I think it...
Barbarian Yell!
19, I think he's just too weak, is the problem there. So I feel good with the 22. Again, you know, if the enemy is going to die, it's going to die. I think we've done a good job here as best we can at this time of night. It's working well. Let me just, for kicks and giggles, since we're here, let's showcase the soul gem. That's me just tapping it, and they pretty much got destroyed. So, just to finish them off. And since this guy down here is kind of annoying, we'll just hop out. So, This is our Magic Smasher. He is fully upgraded. Well, you know, I mean, weapon power and secret techniques anyway. We'll buy him as magic stuff. If you're curious about the magic elemental powers and attacks and what they do number-wise, I've got all of that showcased in another video. If you check the description box, you'll see this long list of Imaginator research. The magic elemental powers will be down towards the bottom. It's oldest to newest being at the bottom. So every single Imaginator research bit we've done, it is all in that list in the description box. So take advantage of that if there's something you missed or something you want to check in on. But right now, we've burned up a lot of time, but what's another few minutes, right? So here's what I want to do. This guy is level 5, and I believe I should have access to the Jester hat. I think it was a level 2 lock, so it would be in gear, headgear. There it is. Oddly enough, that's not weird. Oh, and it's automatically going with that color scheme, too. Okay, are you ready for it? It's awesome. It's only plus 15 luck. But I think there's like a battle Jester hat, too. Don't I remember reading about it somewhere? I'm probably passing it. It doesn't really matter, and I may not have it either. I thought I'd gotten it, though. It would be level 6 if we... Most likely level 6, but I think what we'll do is... you know, that's not a bad look either. But I think we will run with the Jester hat, and that sort of completes the look, in my opinion. So I want to go to color. I want to go to part themes. Headgear, I want to customize this. So, that purple... Ew. There's a brighter purple. I guess it is that one. It's just the green throwing it off. So, let's come in now, and we want to switch this green for a more... is it that one? I guess it is. So there we go. And then the purple here. What do we want to do? Oh, that's the bells only. Okay. So actually, believe it or not, on the bells, I made them white or silver. I guess silver right there. I just think they kind of stand out better. But that is that, man. I think he turned out quite well. Now, the weapon, I do not have it. And obviously... that club would actually be pretty, well, for a caveman. I was going to say for like the barbarian set, but that would be a caveman. I don't believe I have it. I do not. Oh, that one's really cool. I wish they would show the preview big on the character. But where is it? Right here. The Jester Club. So I'm freaking going to try to get that thing, and once we do, we'll give it to him. It's probably got pretty sweet stats. 40, 50, 60, maybe 2 stats increase, something like that since it's ultimate. But I think this guy turned out pretty good. Is there a club that we like better for now? That's not bad. The others are kind of like too caveman or cliche type of a thing. The Great Hammer, I just don't think he'd have that. That's not terrible. Acoustic Reckoning. You know, I think this suits him a little better, but this is pretty hilarious for the meantime. So, can I change the color on the weapon? No, that's unfortunate. So, we're gonna switch around until we unlock the Jester Club. But let's see this thing in action, shall we? Actually, you know what? There's one more thing we need to do, and that is personality name. So, it's not going to be the Magic Smasher anymore. What do we want to do, though? Can you have numbers or not? No, that's so weird. Okay, that's another complaint. I also hate not having the QWERTY keyboard. So I was going to put 3s or something, I also thought of doing like ingest, not like ingest like a chemical or food or whatever, but like, play on words ingest. Like I was only saying that in jest. I didn't mean it. Or we could just spell it out correctly, but JSTR, I think that works. Let me know, do you prefer JSTR for Jester? Or do you prefer like ingest, is kind of like the play on words, like I said. I think for now we'll just go with
give you a nickname too. Let's see, how about Cosmos?
Well, okay, hey, just call me Cosmos. So yeah, the funny thing here, if we select any of this, that's an interesting dance, I have to say. And I think that's kind of one of the things that led me to going with the sort of more buff. Plus, he would be a smasher, but I could totally see this guy running around a castle playing that guitar. And then just snapping and going crazy. But, let's come out here, take a look at him.
For more adventure!
Not bad, not bad. So yeah, I think we've covered everything fairly well. Again, there's a couple of numbers. It's inconvenient, but I mean, all the attacks are great. I don't want to take the time to do it now because it would make this like a 50+ minute video, but I will try before I level up to 6 to go back into the battle arena and see what kind of like damage reduction we get with Berserker, because we have it for 8 seconds. It's just a question of if we get hit at 25, does it knock it down to 24, or are we invincible, or does it cut it down 50%? If it's not something major, it's just kind of a moot point, and I would still say the main reason to use Berserker is for the speed, and then of course you have a slight, I guess a better chance of landing critical hits. That's the best way to put it. But we've got Jester here. Let me know what you think of this dude. And again, the face may change. I wanted to go ahead and equip the hat in this color scheme and kind of see what we think of it. But there is a Jester staff. I can't wait to get that. Once we do, I'll try to showcase him again. But he's a pretty cool dude. And again, when I wanted to make a Jester for the magic element, the plan was to do a ninja, but since I couldn't have this sweet Jester torso, which is where you get like the whole vibe of it, minus the hat, really, it just kind of killed it for me. So this is my way to adjust and to do justice to the Jester. So that you could also name him like Joker if you wanted to, JKR or whatever, JK. Just kidding, I don't know. Lots of puns you can come up with at 4 in the morning. But that said, it is just about 4 in the morning. I'm going to get this thing edited and rendered. Let me know what you think of these smasher powers, though. I think we picked a good one to save for this late. It's pretty impressive. The weapon powers in particular. Just to recap it, I think I'm going to roll with Obliterator, but I might very well switch to Pulverizer from time to time. Just the volcanoes that you get at the end here, the earthquakes, I should say, that damage over time is pretty insane. The shockwave is really cool, though. Mastered Warcry, yeah, it's a lot better than it was initially. It's just, I feel like as a smasher, I kind of like the slam, and I love the belly flop, but since he is a Jester, I mean, you could almost run with the Mastered Warcry to fit the character you've created. If I was doing like an Earth Smasher type of a thing, I would probably run with the Seismic Slam. If we had like a water or an air Smasher, I'd probably go with the belly flop and then tie it in with the Vortex. You can kind of see where I'm going with this. The Berserker, I don't really know who I would give that to, unless I just had like some OP elemental powers and I just wanted the speed and the aura, type of a thing. Fire element, it would actually look really good as the, color scheme would tie in. But I don't really hate any of these, which is good. And this one I do think has practicality. It's just not near as cool, in my opinion, as the other three. So the belly flop was amazing box stock, and it just kind of got like the Vortex, which is a little lackluster. This was kind of lame initially. It got way better. And then the Mastered Seismic Slam is just kind of a cool attack. Again, does it really fit a magic element jester? Not really is the thing. You know, like I said, if we had like an earth element smasher, this would be my pick. So I kind of think with these secret techniques for smashers, I'll probably ultimately wind up going with what I think suits the character the best, should we create another one. So up top, though, I love both of them. And I'll, truth be told, probably use that the most. For the Jester, the Time Bubble would help. The Trick Teleport. Honestly, for this guy, I think we'd either be using the Bewildering Blast or the Trick Teleport. Probably be switching them out. But we hit the 50-minute mark again. It's not something I planned to do. But this was the Jester I wanted to create. I'm super happy with him. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have a better idea for the name. But I think he turned out good. I think we're going to have a lot of fun playing as him. I'll try to finalize some of these numbers, the ones we're unsure of. If you catch anything in the video or you count it out differently, let me know in the comments. Is the website sheets that I constantly talk about, so be on the lookout for that. Mindlogics.net for all things Minecraft. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. I tweet all my videos, funny things, neat things I come across. And of course, I tweet when I go live, regardless of where I'm streaming or what I'm streaming. Make sure you follow me on Twitch. I have hit the affiliate status. I thought I got access to ad revenue. I'm not sure that I do now. And that kind of kills things off there in that regard. But I still prefer streaming on Twitch because YouTube doesn't archive them correctly. And like I said with the Nintendo games, I don't know if I can legally, so there's that whole side of it too. But Twitch is where I streamed for years. You have to remember YouTube didn't have streaming. And I personally prefer Mixer over both of those sites. So there's that to consider too. But like I said, whatever I do, wherever I do it, I will tweet about it. So if you follow me there, you can keep tabs on it. But that said, I guess in Thursday's video, if all goes according to plans, you're probably going to be seeing something to do with a light element knight. We've never done a light element imaginator. We have never done a knight imaginator. That'll be our final battle class to explore. I still have tech and dark, and the reason for that, I only have one tech crystal. I only have one dark crystal. I would love to see a sale on crystals and then actually be able to find tech and dark, which is probably not very likely. Dark crystals, yes. Tech, not so much. But I don't really have the money to go throwing around $10 all the time. So that's why you've not seen tech or dark. It's not like they're my favorite elements or any dark maybe, but I only have one, so I wanted to fully explore every single battle class before we commit to anything. So that's my logic there, if you were curious. But once again, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Tell your friends about the channel if you really want to help me out. Subscribe if you have not. And like I said, follow along on Twitter, and I will keep you up to date. So for myself and Jester, thanks for watching. We'll catch you back here for the next installment of Skylanders Imaginators Research. Adios.